Yay! Oh my gosh.
Oh.
What a booger. What a booger today has been. It even
says
says live. I know. I'm so proud of all of us. We've done such good work today.
I wish I had vodka. I wish I was Vodka Rama right now because I just want a shot of something because that was the freaking ordeal of the century. Holy balmolies.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for being so patient with us while we were trying to figure out how to make XSplit work.
Oh my goodness, we appreciate you all who have stuck around. We're so sorry for the delay. We had a lot of technical issues and it was just redonkulous. Yeah. But
XSplit is a bot.
I'm gonna try and download open broadcaster.
Sorry. I forgot that if I do anything on this screen, it's gonna mess up the overlay. And so I was like, whatever, just clicking buttons and then went, oh no. I forgot that I'm in charge today. Oops.
I just saw it. Yes, that was another thing. Dodger ended up having to having to host the call because my XSplit has been, if any of you know what's happening, I always get these technical issues where I will have something happen and then I'll Google it and absolutely nobody else in the world has had the issue. Of course. And so I have been for the last 30 minutes, I looked at my watch that I don't have, for the last 30 minutes trying to figure out what's going on with XSplit. And it was like, every time I would pull it up, it'd just be a gray screen of nothing. And then it wouldn't let me add media, and then I would add media, and it would crash. And I was just like, boo.
You know what?
Sorry. No, it's so unimportant.
Oh, I was just going to say, you know what drives me nuts is when I have a problem and I look it up, and somebody else has had that problem. And they've gone on forums and been like, hey, what about this thing? And no one's responded.
Oh my god! Yes.
No one.
My hated one is when they have the forum topic and they're like, "This is my problem," and then they just go edit fixed, and they don't tell you how to fix it.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Ooh.
Listen, forums, do better. Do better and help us. Yes, if you guys have never joined us for a MangaPod before, we really appreciate you joining us tonight. We are a weekly podcast in which we all get together after we read all or part of a manga, and then we discuss it with friendship, love, and lots of spoilers. I am your host, HappiLeeErin, aka just simply Erin. With me are two of my three lovely co-hosts. Our lovely fill-in, Vodka Rama, is filling in for Yokorama tonight because he did not have internet installed because it's so cold that his water pipes are frozen in his house. So nobody
should replace the water pipes with vodka, and they won't freeze.
That is true. They wouldn't freeze.
I was texting with him last night, and he goes, I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's so cold out, and I need more beer, but I can't leave the house. And I was like, what's gonna happen to you?
That's when you know maybe you have a problem, Yoku. When he's like, Yoku, I'm gonna die out there, but I need beer. I'd be like, no, Yoku, stop.
Isn't no problem because he's frozen out on a beer run? Oh, man.
I also like that we've just given up on finding another picture for him. Like, that's always gonna be the picture for when he's gone.
That is his, soul animal, is that picture.
His spirit animal is Vodka Rama.
Yes, it is. He said that he was going to be joining us in the chat via his Twitch app, but I don't see him, so...
He says he's editing.
Oh, he is doing...
Whatever.
Whatever.
Doesn't this mean weird? Did either of you take sign language? Isn't this weird?
I didn't. That just looks like a three-eared rabbit to me.
I think you're supposed to make a W and then you go weird. But I was told that by a person who was a chronic liar, so that might not be true.
Also, the fact that Australia and America has different sign language.
There is that too. It's ASL. So
that is true.
I'm gonna look it up though. Continue introducing us.
Oh, okay. I was gonna go off about sign language, but this is MangaPod. This isn't sign language pod.
That is true. We should start sign language pod though, because that would be the most ridiculous podcast.
It's YOLO pod. It's whatever it's you. Oh my god, YOLO pod is gonna be a thing. But yes, with me are two of my three lovely co-hosts. We have Dodger, press heart to continue, and dexterity bonus.
Hello.
And then we have Dr. Daza of Fighting for Nipples.
That's right. Sorry, keep going.
It's this.
This is how you say weird in American Sign Language. Now you know.
I love. Do you have to go a certain way, or can you go either way?
No, weird.
Hold on. So if you do this, means I'm weird.
I'm weird.
Oh.
Weirdo. We'll go with that.
So, means you're weird. Ah.
Beautiful.
MangaPod, we learn sign language.
Yeah.
This is the most intelligent manga pod. Well, not intelligent, educational manga pod that we've ever had.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't call this intelligent in the slightest.
So if you've never joined us, finish introducing Dr. Daza. He is Dr. Daza fighting for Nippon. We've had 38 episodes and I still don't know how to pronounce his YouTube name, but one day.
We've known each other for like nearly a year, 2 years now. You still don't know how to pronounce it. Close. No, you're in a bit.
Yeah, you're in a bit.
You're in a
like,
bit. You're in a
I
bit.
don't know. Time has just gone by so quickly.
Wibbly wobbly timey wimey.
Wibbly wobbly timey. Yoko's in the chat. Yay. Okay, so if you guys have never joined us for a manga pod before, what we like to do is give you our spoiler-free description, aka a summary of the manga that we read, and then we'll give you a spoiler-free recommendation whether we think you should go and take time to read the manga. And then after we give those, you can take your leave and go and read the manga and then come back and watch the VOD of this on my channel, youtube.com/HappiLeeErin. And if you don't care about being spoiled, go ahead and join us in the chat. We don't give a butts. But if you do care about being spoiled, then we do ask you to leave because we're going to get super in-depth with spoilers. And nobody also, so you know, if you are going to spoil anything past what we actually read, you will be timed out if you do it one time. And then you will also be banned because we have a zero tolerance for rotten bacon butts. Just so you know. Which, if you've never joined us for a manga pod before, means spoiler people. Yeah. People that spoil. So that is our term for that. So this week we read Haikyuu chapters 0 versus.
Yeah.
Versus.
0
versus 36.
That's
so we're comparing the one shots to the last chapter we read.
Mm-hmm. That's it true. Though. None of the middle.
Nothing else matters. That'd be a
Skip
very easy win for the one shot, I think. Probably. You think?
Wow, but the art in the one shot is so bad.
It's terrible.
It's like real bad.
But not much happens, and I guess like we're comparing like a 22-page thing to a 57-page thing. Yeah. But did anybody tweet that? I did. Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure. Okay.
I like that. Did anyone tweet? Oh wait, I did. It's okay.
It's been a long 2 hours. Sorry, I keep coughing. I'm getting over a cold still. Also, really quick, I do have an announcement before we go into our spoiler discussion and the summary and stuff. If you guys have any favorite moments from previous manga pods, then you should go to our subreddit and leave them in. There is a favorite manga pod moment thread. There, just like keep getting a frog in my throat. But for our 1 year anniversary, I'm going to try and make a compilation of all of the highlights that you guys want to do. So get them in there. We've had a lot of requests for incestual Titan sex, so that's going to be in there for sure. So if you have any,
good.
I will go and find that link.
The highest moment.
It is probably the most memorable moment ever.
I think definitely the highest moment.
What's that mean? What's that mean, Daza?
If you're in Colorado, it's legal, so it's okay.
I'm sure. It might as well be legal in California.
Basically. I mean, it's kind of surprising that's not. Okay, Dazzle, will you give us our spoiler-free spoiler-free summary?
There you go.
That people in the chat can know whether they want to leave and not to be spoiled.
Last time I read this, I was drunk.
Uh-huh. Oh no.
His club had no
Oh no. Oh god, okay. Daz, I can't hear you at all.
Oh my god, he's gonna do the catching up thing and it's gonna be amazing. No!
Dazza, no, are you there? Dazza, no!
Dazza, come back! Yes, please.
Doesn't know.
Hi.
Hi, Dazza. Are you there?
I'm green.
Oh, you're green. Oh, now you're okay.
Oh, dang it. I like it.
Okay.
I like it when I'm green as well. A chance event triggered Chio's Hinata's love for volleyball. His club had no members, but somehow persevered and finally made it into its very first and final regular match of middle school, where it was steamrolled by Tobayo Kageyama, a superstar player known as King of the Court. Vowing revenge, Hinata applied to the Karasuno High School Volleyball Club, only to come face to face with his hated rival, Kageyama.
Kageyama.
Thank you. That was beautiful. Yes, perfect ending. I like it.
That was a nice succinct summary too.
That was. Yeah, usually we get some of those summaries.
Every now and then it's like, and then so-and-so's father died. And you're like, wait, stop!
That's not for another, 20 chapters. What do you mean?
The spoilers.
Damn it, Val. Damn it.
So now, are we doing our spoiler-free recommendations?
Yes. Does anybody want to go first? I can go first because I have been wanting to put this manga on MangaPod since we started MangaPod. Yoku, if he was here, he would have said that. He would have said, Erin, you've been trying to get this manga on MangaPod since we started. And that is true. And that is because I have had it recommended to me so often. And it's also one that I see pictures of on Tumblr and stuff all the time, that just the art looked really interesting to me. And it was about volleyball. And I also love sports anime or sports manga. And so as a sports manga fan, I highly recommend it. I thought it was really, really good. And I had never read a volleyball manga before, and I enjoyed it thoroughly and really loved the characters. So I recommend it to anybody that is a sports manga fan for sure.
I would also recommend it. I would say that there are other sports manga that explain the sport better than this one does. I think, as somebody who doesn't know volleyball at all, has never played it, does not know the rules, anything, I can tell you that I got lost a lot. When they'd be like, let's explain what this thing is, I was like, I still don't know what you're talking about. The entire description went totally over my head. But I loved the characters. I think that it's very fun. It's just not one of those ones where you're going to walk away going, man, volleyball sounds like a sport that I should try out, because you're probably going to be confused. But that was just how I felt. But as another person who really loves sports manga and sports anime, I really, really liked it. So I enjoyed it. I would recommend it.
I agree with you're not gonna come away with a better understanding of the sport.
every time they were like, let's take a moment and explain what this position does, I was like, so he hits the ball just like everybody? And then another dude would be like, here's how my position's different. And I'd be like, no, you do the same thing. No, I'm positive that you do. I don't get it. It was so confusing to me. But still fun. Still very fun.
Mm-hmm.
I would agree so much to that it's not funny. Because I played volleyball once in high school, and I did not know what the hell was going on. I'm still not entirely sure what the hell is going on. Because I remember that you have to switch spots, but I don't know if that was just the school doing that, or if it was the actual something in volleyball that you switched spots and did things. Yeah, I don't know. But,
that happens.
I don't know. In saying that, it was interesting. And I do like the characters, kind of. Not completely like them, but I kind of like them. And I didn't like the games too much, so I would. It feels kind of like Kuroko without the awesome characterization of Kuroko.
Yeah,
That's
I would agree with that.
probably the best.
I was trying not to make a Kuroko reference because I'd get all sort of shit for it, but I'm glad somebody else did.
Because with Kuroko, you've kind of got like
Again.
with Kuroko, you've kind of got this like outside the court stuff as well, which you kind of build up love for characters and enjoy their quirks. Here it's just like, oh, everyone, let's just train, let's just play volleyball, and you're just like, what about what happens everywhere else?
Yeah.
Do they not talk out of court at all?
Never.
Ever.
So do you recommend it, or do you negative recommend it?
I recommend read Kuroko.
Damn.
That's the best thing I can say to that.
You don't recommend reading Haikyuu. Is this first?
If you like volleyball, then you probably enjoy it because you probably know what the hell's going on most of the time.
Yeah.
And you know what the difference between a striker and a toss, and I don't know, there was another word, I think it's a libero or something.
A libero.
But there was also
I kept calling it a libero too. I was like,
I thought it was libido because that's what I read it 5 times, and then after I realized it was incorrect, because I was like, this sounds like a very strange name to call a position.
But the thing is, they're all like they're nicknames for other positions, and I don't know what the other positions are. It's like ring striker and striker and
Setter,
ace,
which I think is a really bad name, by the way. It should be settler. It settles the game. Setter just sounds stupid.
But you're setting up the ball.
You're not settling.
So yeah,
You are the worst.
If you like
cat in the
volleyball,
world,
yes.
and I
If
love
you don't like volleyball, don't worry about it.
Okay, that's fair. So there you go. That is as spoiler-free as this MangaPod is going to get. If you do not want to be spoiled for Haikyuu, then you should take your leave now, go and read it, and then you can come back and watch the VOD of this on my channel. So let's jump in. Actually, let's give them like 4 seconds to leave.
4, 3, 2, 1. Get out of here. Okay, let's talk.
Get out. Okay, let's start. Shall we do, let's start with what you were expecting from the manga before you started reading it.
I'll start.
Hit us.
Well, my first exposure to this manga was actually through the one-shot that they did with Nisekoi. Because, yes, I read Nisekoi weekly, so when the one-shot came out, they did it together, then I read that. And frankly, I wasn't very happy with it. I mean, you had the genericness of Nisekoi, which I absolutely adore, and whatever Haikyuu was, it just didn't mesh well for me. And I didn't really expect much from it. I expected volleyball. I expected a bit more explanation.
Yeah.
But what we got was hot-headed people. So I suppose that's a sports manga in a nutshell.
There's a lot of yelling.
There's a lot of yelling.
There's a lot of negativity as well. There is a lot of negativity with that team.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
We'll dive more into that.
Yeah. I expected. So one of the tropes of sports manga typically is that there are middle schoolers / high schoolers that are doing moves that are actually impossible for humans. And we didn't really have that. I didn't feel like. And I think that might have made the matches a bit more engaging. Or at the very least, I would have known what was going on throughout
the Wait, so if it had those elements,
if there were elements that acted more as like weird catalysts for game change, I think that I would have been able to follow the games a bit better. So I was expecting there to be, those even something simple and silly like Midorima can do three-point throws from anywhere on the court. Like I just wanted something that was like that made everybody go but that never happened.
Yeah.
And so that surprised me. But I expected volleyball. And I expected there to be the guy who didn't really know about volleyball but wanted to be the best volleyball player, and that guy totally existed.
I was gonna say, we got that.
Yeah, got that in spades.
Holla.
So yeah, I think that it was pretty much what I was expecting, and yet fell a little bit short of what I was expecting, if that makes sense.
I agree 100% with that, because or actually my expectations might have been even higher, because I was waiting so long to read it, and I'd been wanting to read it for so long. But I don't know if I've just been spoiled by other sports manga, but like you were saying, but yes. I was expecting like the big power up moves and all this ridiculous stuff, and I wasn't expecting as much character development to happen within each match, and sometimes that made the matches drag on a little bit longer than I was.
There is so much dialogue in every chapter.
So I was not expecting.
I know. I was expecting it to be like standard sports manga, where it could just be like click, 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 click.
Yeah.
But it was like, oh, everybody's talking. Oh, everybody's okay. Click. Oh
so
God, everybody's talking again.
Oh!
Yeah.
Yeah. It was much more real. I mean, I'm not hating on the fact that it was more realistic. Like, I think it can be good if a sports manga is more realistic and doesn't have that stuff. But I was expecting it to have it.
It was like a weird midpoint between Isle Generation Basket and Kuroko, but volleyball.
That is exactly what I was thinking the entire time. I was like, it's like exactly in the middle of those two.
Yeah, because it was a bit more realistic to the sport, but it had like these kind of weird, larger than life characters, and it was like right in the middle, where I was like, oh.
And like somehow like it didn't necessarily mesh well all of the time. Like sometimes it didn't feel quite like, I don't know. It didn't live up to my expectations. Like I still really enjoyed it when I was reading it, but it definitely did not live up to the expectations, and I'm still want to read it. I'm still a fan of it, but it's also not one that I'm gonna like go on Twitter rants about like another sports anime. So I can't say that it didn't.
What? Sports anime? What?
What Kuroko sounds like the dumbest thing in the world.
Kuroko is the dumbest thing in the world.
No, it's so good.
Get out. I can still kick you out. I may not be hosting the podcast, but I can kick you out hard.
She is hosting the call, yeah.
It's true. I'm not hosting the exploit, but I'm hosting the call. So.
Is that why I'm dropping?
Possibly. Because I keep kicking you out. So, okay. So we kind of touched on, so we were expecting big power-up stuff.
Yeah.
And you guys were talking about how, you were also that's another expectation. I was expecting more explanation, like we were all kind of saying.
Yeah.
And
or just like it's a skill, right? To be able to take something that's a little bit complicated and outside of the general range of a person's knowledge base and be able to be like, here's a simple explanation of this thing. And I don't think that they were able to really do that for whatever reason. No. They'd be like, here's a simple explanation. I'd be like, what?
Yeah, I agree.
They did that with the what was it? The switching of the guy.
Yeah,
the guy with the orange shirt.
The
like,
libido.
Explanation.
Yeah, the
right?
libido. Whenever the libido,
they did it.
Out,
he loved ladies. Okay, we can call him the libido. It's all right.
That part was just very
just like,
I read it 3 times, and finally I was like, I still don't. I went and I like Wikipedia'd. You even played
volleyball.
You Wikipedia'd the libido.
Oh no! I played volleyball in gym class, and nobody put me on their team.
Oh, okay. I thought that you were on like a legit volleyball team in school. Oh, that's funny. Okay, never mind.
Did you think that because of my tweet?
No, I thought that you had told me that a while ago for some reason.
Oh, no. Girl, you need to see me do some hand-eye coordination. You will not be impressed.
You were a swimmer, though, right?
Yeah, and that doesn't really... Yes, I was a swimmer. Yeah, I was going to say, that doesn't require...
Just making sure that I'm not, like, the worst friend in the world just making up activities for you.
You're like, you were in basketball, weren't you?
No.
You played golf.
You were super,
right? Really into screen printing, right? Yeah.
Yes, that
curling?
Was true.
Definitely curling.
Big time curler.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
It's because of her hair, the curl.
Yes. But no, I was I get it. I was there were so many times where they even had that teacher there as like a plot device to explain things. And when he first came in, I was like, oh, you're totally a plot device. Like his character was fun,
great,
but I was like,
but yeah.
you're a plot device up the yazoo. But there were times where I was like, oh, good, he's a plot device because I was so confused. And then I'd be like, you're not enough of a plot device.
Yeah, why did you understand it so much quicker than me? If this was real life, you would have been like, none of that made sense. Can you start over?
Can I Wikipedia this, please?
Oh my god, how amazing would that have been? If they explained an entire thing and he was like, no, that didn't make any sense. And then they re-explained it in the manga.
That would have been awesome.
I just think the mangaka should just like make his own version of Wikipedia and put that on like a page.
Yeah.
I agree. I went to the Haikyuu Wikipedia and there was like nothing there. I was hoping it would explain some stuff. It literally only had, hang on, I wrote his name down, had Toru's, like his skill was the only one explained.
What?
And he was the one who, he was the guy who came in late to like their first practice match.
Yeah.
His skill was literally the only one explained out of all like 50 characters. I went to on the Haikyuu Wikipedia and I was like, do you only care about him because he's tall and pretty? Is that the only reason everybody cared enough to put his information in?
Right.
Probably.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not surprised, but I was sad because I was confused.
But
funny.
there will be more stuff on Wikipedia when the anime comes out in a few months.
Yeah. I agree. It'll I don't say it explode, but I'm sure it'll get way more attention.
I'm excited to, like, in the same way that I was excited for there to be an Attack on Titan anime, I'm excited for there to be a Haikyuu anime, because I think that maybe that'll help. with me, like, understanding what's going on. Because, like, they can't just make it, I mean, they can, but it'll flop. Like, they can't just make it muddy and boring every time they're playing volleyball, because then the entire anime will be muddy and boring. Like, they have to make it more interesting to watch.
I think something with having it animated will really help with all of the movement, because there is a lot where, like, there is so much movement. Because you watch a volleyball match, there is so much movement. They rotate, but even when it's, like, rallying, when it's going back and forth, people are just moving. And I think that was very hard to convey in each match, because like they couldn't show the whole court. Like there's so many characters everywhere. Like in basketball, in Kuroko no Basket, all the characters tend to be very close together. Like they're drawn very close together and like it's very easy. But you have these two sides of the courts where all of these different characters are. And so I think it was very hard to convey that through the like panels and stuff without making it super muddy. But then they would try and show rotations via graphs and dialogue, and it just got super, like, even muddier. And so I think once it's animated, it'll be able to, like, you'll be able to see that a little bit more, and I think that'll really help, for me anyway.
And probably with the teacher, he probably figures it out more because he sees what's happening, whereas we're just getting the explanation with, like, huge amount of text and, like, this little thing that says point there and point there.
Yeah.
I like that you saying that makes it sound like he's a real person who's actually there watching. He's like, yeah, I get that. Yeah, the other thing is I like the characters, but I also feel like they're kind of lazy basic characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I enjoy them. I think that they're fun, but they're not really intriguing the way that some characters are.
Mm-hmm.
It seems
I was just gonna say, and I also thought that it was like so obnoxiously lazy when they were like, and I can't remember what the cat team's name is. Nekoyama.
Let's call him Neko.
Neko. When the Nekos, when they like met up with them and they were like, look at all these parallels. There's angry face guy, and there's setter guy, and there's short weird guy, right? I was like, why are you pointing it out? that you literally recycled character types and you're pointing it out to us.
I did not even think about that. That's so true.
I was like, stop it. Stop making it so obvious. Yeah. It was like, here, I've got tall stoic guy who doesn't care about his teammates. And I've got, like overly competitive but still nice captain guy. And I was like, stop it. Stop it.
You're making the essay so easy to make.
They were literally, like, when they would shake hands, they were both even thinking it. There's a point where I was wondering if the manga had to be doing some of that intentionally, because there's a point when after the match where the captains are shaking hands and they're like, this guy this guy is dark or something. They said something sly. They're like, this guy is sly, and they said it at the exact same time about each other, and they look exactly the same from the profile. I was like, you're doing this on purpose.
Stop it.
I was gonna say every character feels like the author or the manga was just like, all right, I need this character, this character, this character, and just slotted him in exactly where. Yeah. You've even got the pretty manager girl there, that every guy fawns over.
Just comes in randomly.
Yes, but she was a little bit different because she only shows up sometimes. like normally pretty manager girl is like a main character, right? She's like, oh my gosh, you guys, I care so much about you, and cries a lot and stuff. But in this one, she just shows up sometimes and looks super hot librarian style, and then just pieces out.
That's just gone.
And I'm like, what do you do? What is your job here?
Half the time, I think it's just to bring them clothes.
Yeah.
She brought them clothes so often.
She's like, look, I
found...
service. Yeah, there's fan service too.
Yeah.
It's like, look, I found this banner. Good job, guys. Go fight.
And I like how in that last chapter, they had one color page. So what's the manga like? Let's just make a full color page of the really hot, sexy chick.
There were other color pages. I didn't see that part.
Yeah, in the last chapter, there was one color page in the whole chapter, and it was just really hot, sexy chick.
What?
It was? I don't even remember that.
I did not remember that.
It was.
Wait, is it oh, okay, it's the title graphic. Okay, that's different.
Yeah,
there was a ton of color pages with the dudes. With the team.
Yeah, from the inside of the actual story.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is her.
But yeah, that is
but
her.
But she's not boobs for days or anything.
Her boobs are covered up with text.
She's wearing a legit t-shirt.
Yeah.
It's not a low-cut t-shirt.
She's adorbs. She's pretty.
She's pretty cute.
But yeah, no, I agree with you, Dazzle, how he was just okay, I need a character that'll accomplish this and a character that'll accomplish this, so I'm just gonna do this and just cut them out. And I there are times where I'd find it funny, but then thinking back on it, I'm like, I don't know if it was actually good writing or not, where they would bring a character in and he really wouldn't do anything. With Suki, I was expecting more of a storyline with him or more to be involved, but randomly he would just pop up and be like, hey, I am still here to block stuff.
Here's a dickish comment. See ya.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh.
So there happened a ton. That happened with a lot of characters. I don't know.
Can we also mention, since we did read Zero, at least Erin and I did.
Yes.
Can we talk about how Suki was originally one of the main dudes on the team? Yeah. A second year dude who has been on the team, and then in the actual thing they're nah, let's just make him this douchey first year who shows up a little bit late and is what's up, guys?
He's a huge dick. And they make his intro. That was something that happened a lot, where they'd have these epic intros with characters, and then they'd fall to the background and become overshadowed by this other person. That happened a lot.
Totally, because they were oh, I don't like that new first year. And then they had this, epic battle between them over who was gonna, wind up being a setter and all this other nonsense. And then, yeah, he just, stopped being important.
Yeah, and, he'd come in with a dickish comment. He'd be like,
yeah, and then he'd be like, hey, you're short.
Oh,
yeah,
you suck.
It really seems like the two main guys, were the focus, but the manga wanted to make the team the focus, but those guys always came to the spotlight.
Yeah, they don't know how to actually, do an ensemble piece.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
they obviously have something they want to accomplish with the two main characters, so they're but
I also want these. Yeah. Seemed like it was trying too hard to be it was trying too hard to do that, and it wasn't succeeding as well as it could have.
Yeah. I think that a lot of mangaka have also noticed that people get really excited when not only the main team of a sports manga is showcased, but also all of the teams that they go against, you see them as interesting characters as well, and kind of see the background of their team infrastructure. And you could tell that there was a little bit of an attempt at that, but not a very strong one. It was just these characters are kind of quirky, but back to this going on over here. I'd be wait, but
it's not like Kuroko, where every character, like every team.
You know all the teams.
You know, because they stuck with you. And when they come back, like, you're like, oh yeah, like, you don't even have to come back. You remember who they are. Whereas I do not remember.
Prince of Tennis. Prince of Tennis was really
Prince
good
of
at
Tennis
that, too.
did that, too. Yeah. I didn't even see much of Prince of Tennis, but what I did, like, I remember that being a thing. And so, like, they just, I don't remember the only guy I remember from that first team was I guess I remember two. I remember the guy that came in late and was really tall and pretty, and I remember the guy, like, I don't remember the names, but I remember the guy who was on Kageyama's team in middle school. Like, that's all I remember, and the only reason that guy was there was to show how big of a dick Kageyama used to be, so that
he was a vehicle.
It could...
Character development!
Hey! Yeah. Okay, let's talk, actually, I do want to talk about Kageyama's character development. What were your guys' thoughts on that?
Very quick.
Yes.
I thought it was quick, too.
I thought it was really quick to the point where it didn't feel real.
Yeah.
Like,
I keep waiting for him to slip up.
Yeah.
To, like, revert. Because, like, you don't just learn to be a good teammate that quick. Right? Like,
it was too fast. Like, you could argue, you're like, well, Hinata, like, changed him because he put his full trust into him. And I'm like, it still doesn't... It just felt too fast. I was wishing for more drama for that. And it was just like, oh, hey, we did it! Yeah!
It's literally like 2 pages of character development, then he switches.
Yeah.
Whereas in the actual manga, though, it was like a week. So if we saw that week and saw that progression, you'd kind of understand it. But we didn't see that. We just saw him be like, oh, we need to work together. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
No, like, his and Hinata's, I adore their relationship as it goes. Like, I find it really endearing and adorable. Like, the more they yell in sync and the more they support one another, especially later on. And I did like where Kageyama's, where he, after Hinata in the first match, like, hits him in the back of the head with the ball. Like, I loved, like, his inspirational speeches to Hinata. Like, he had a really good few of those, except the ace one, the one where Hinata was upset because he wasn't the ace and like was sad that he was called the decoy. And I thought Kageyama's speech to him then, I really enjoyed that speech. But there's something about their relationship that it feels like it's trying too hard to be like other sports manga. Like, not to keep going back to Kuroko, but like to be like Kagame and Kuroko, like to be that kind of like support, but like it just feels
where it's like we're both weird.
Yeah.
And let's support each other.
The chemistry is lacking.
I think so.
Yeah.
I will say that I think the humor between characters and just the humor in general got a lot better as it went on. Like, before, I felt like attempted like visual jokes, I was like, what was that? But then as it went on, and this might also be because the art got way better, like, pretty fast.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I thought that the humor to it got a lot better, and that helped me enjoy the characters more. Because I could see them in like a funny, when they were angry, it was funny instead of just me being like, stop it, just focus, like, stop
being
dummies. Yeah.
I do love Kageyama's angry faces, all of their angry faces, but especially like Kageyama's stank face where he's just like,
dude,
so funny,
so good. The dude with the shaved head has the best faces, though.
Oh my god, their profile shots of their like lips, like being all like duck, like bird beaks. So funny. Somebody. Okay, I don't know how it's for you, but I thought one of my favorite continual storylines, you can really call that character plot lines, was Sugawara, the other setter, the second year setter, or third year setter. I like really liked it. It was so bittersweet, like his entire thing. I really enjoyed his character a lot. What were your guys' thoughts?
The point when sorry, keep going.
I was going to say that I really thought that his plotline was probably the most fleshed out.
I agree.
With the background characters. And I feel he probably had the best character development as well. Like, he started out as like, no, I'm not going to let you beat me. I'm going to be the setter. you know, and then it was kind of like, actually, no, I understand. And he saw that over multiple chapters.
Yeah.
Like, we saw that over the, like, 32 chapters, I think it was. His change and his thought processes, which was really good.
Yeah.
You know, I think one of the big ones was a game between the normal team and the adult team, the association team, right?
Yeah,
where he was on the
cool.
other team.
Yeah.
Where he was on the other team with the big guy. I can't remember the big guy's name. The really, really big guy. The third year.
Their ace. Asahi.
The ace. Yeah. And he's just like, I want to be that guy for you one more time. You can kind of see his mind be like, oh yeah. He knows that he's not the best there. So that was
his stuff was probably where because I tear up at sports manga, even if they're not super. I tear up at all sport. I watched the Lakers game the other day and was like, oh. But I don't know why. I'm weird.
It's so moving.
What was it?
Weirdo.
Yeah. But when he went up to the coach and told him that he didn't want the coach to feel like he had to put him in because he was a third year, I was just like, oh,
I know.
It was so sweet because just imagining it reminded me of swimming because it's gonna sound really weird, but swimming, like we went to state like 3 years that I was swimming, and one of the years there was a senior who was graduating, and she wasn't able to swim on the relay because there was other people that had better times than her, and so it just reminded me of that kind of a thing because it's just something that happens where like you'll have like that's something that doesn't get taken into consideration in a lot of sports manga that I've read, where it's like you have these senpai, you have these seniors that are never going to play again, or some super up and coming freshman out of nowhere comes in and suddenly takes over. Like,
and you have to make the choice that's best for the team.
Yeah, somebody has to lose the spot, and I really adored his character just overall. I thought like Daz said, the most fleshed out for sure.
Yeah. I thought, going back to chapter 0, I thought that he was like a refleshed out version of Suki from Suki.
Yeah, no, that's true.
For any of you who watch True Blood. Suki. Yeah, I thought that the mangaka had been like, maybe I shouldn't make this character so boring, because he just came across as like this tall guy with no personality in 0. I was like, decided to, make this character more like normal, just chill, nice. And then Tsukiyama showed up and I was like, oh, you're still here.
Oh, you are a thing.
Oh, you're a character. Yeah.
He's also very pretty.
Yes.
He's got the pretty flow of hair.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't see it personally, but okay.
What?
Oh, Watson,
Watson, what's going on with you? What's happening?
Watson,
talk to me.
You trying to get those cast shows? You want those cast shows, Watson?
Oh my god. Did you see that gift set? She was literally trying to shove her face in that bag with my hand in it. Was like, I need these. You don't understand. I need these. And I was like,
when she grabbed onto it with her claw, I was at work and I started laughing so hard.
It was so funny.
It was so funny.
It's like, what is happening?
We kind of mentioned him. I have notes which have been all crinkled up because I got really angry.
You got angry, yeah.
It wasn't working. I was like, no, we're doing Haikyuu. This is happening. Let's talk about Asahi, the team's ace. What do you guys think about his storyline and him coming in?
I like that he's really like brittle. Like personality wise, he's just like really easy to make sad. It's so funny because he's their ace. Normally the ace is the sort of character that shows up later and is, the senpai that's so cool and strong and nice and inspiring, and Asahi is so and Asahi is so just like, oh guys, I don't know if you even need me. Like, I'm not even that great, I'm just like, oh my god.
He's kind of like Eeyore.
Yeah, he's totally an Eeyore.
He's an Eeyore.
That's a great way to put it. Yes.
So I liked Hinata and his, like, when Hinata came in and was really excited about being able to meet the ace.
Yeah.
And then he, like, just got the sad little response, but I'm not that great. You know, I was like, what are you talking about? I hear you're great, fantastic.
Don't you just love how the ball touches your hand?
I know, and they're both like, oh, I do love that feeling. They'll just like gaze
I
at their
love balls
hands.
in my hand so much.
So
I made a
much.
joke before you did. Blah, 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 blah.
Ball jokes.
I'll do it.
Ball jokes. Ball jokes. It's the best part of sports manga.
Boss the fist.
Anyway, I actually really liked his story as well. I thought that was nicely fleshed out. Not as fleshed out as Sugu's was, but I thought it was one of the nicely fleshed out because you actually saw him go and look over into the volleyball court, being like, "Oh, I want to go back, but I don't know. I want to go back." And you saw a progression, and you saw, like there was that scene where we were talking Hinata, and you kind of were like, I really did like that feeling, and you saw that in him change.
Yeah.
And I thought he had a nice character progression as well.
Yeah.
And then it was just like, as soon as the coach was just like, dude, we need you. You're late. Come back in. He's just like, yeah,
Okay.
I do need to go back in. I know that I do. So then he goes back in, of course, and plays more volleyball.
Yeah, it seems like the members of the... My space heater just turned back on somehow. I was like...
It sounded like a shredder. I was like...
I'm just back here, just shredding taxes.
Shredding receipts.
MangaPod, multitasking.
Dude, okay. Yoku, I know you're in chat, so you'll at least get to hear me say this. I wish that Yokorama was here because we had yet another character that is totally a hiei from Yu Yu Hakusho. It's like such a standard. No, you don't understand. The number of anime and manga where they've been like, I'm going to have a short dude with black hair, but there's going to be a weird tuft in the front that's white.
Oh my god, you're right. Yes.
It shows up all the time, and every time I'm like, it's another hiei. They're everywhere. They're always everywhere.
He came in and he's super good.
Yeah.
Super awesome.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah.
I liked the part where they're at the training camp, and Hinata's like, there's a kid here, and I'm totally scared because it's a ghost. And he walks up, and it's
just him.
They're like the whole 10 centimeter thing's gone.
It's like, who is that guy?
Who is he?
How do you not know? His hair's dyed. Who else has that hair? Come on.
Come, guys. For the humor. It was for the humor.
Dumb.
Super dumps.
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 That humor was dumps.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Hinata! Have we talked about Hinata?
Not really.
Not properly.
Hit it. Let's talk about Hinata.
Let's talk about
He annoyed me.
You know
Yeah.
you? Feelings? Talk? Spill.
Alright. He's one of those characters that you see in every sports manga, except Kuroko, that's really hot-headed, that feels like he can be the best, and practically doesn't have that much skill. But... What?
Nothing.
Okay.
Oh,
But
we're gonna do the same thing, Aaron.
Were you gonna say?
I was gonna say.
Kageyama.
Oh,
Yeah, I know Kagami. Yeah, I know Kagami.
I was gonna.
I was thinking that.
Oh, I was gonna. But Kagami actually knows how to play. I was gonna say he's a Naruto because he doesn't know what he's doing, but he's really arrogant and wants to be the very best.
Yeah, there's that too. The annoying thing about him, I think, is that when he's like, "Oh, I can do this," he does do it, and then it's just like, no, you have to fail a lot first. But I do like him getting hit in the face.
Oh my god. Him getting hit in the face is like my favorite thing. Mostly because
it's just like, yes.
Okay, so in Zero, his big flaw, he was like, I can jump. Wait until you see me jump. But his huge flaw was he could not hit the ball ever. Mm-hmm. And in the normal manga, it was like sometimes he could hit the ball. Like it wasn't this big flaw that he had like in Zero. And I was really surprised about that because I thought that was like a good balance of like, I can jump really high, no one will be able to block me ever, but I literally can never hit the ball. And that's where the whole idea came in of him being served the ball by Kageyama. So
what they could have done well in that was like in the first chapter, or not in the first chapter, the first game, whereas with Tim and the evil bitchy guy that turns good.
Kageyama?
Yeah, it could be like chapter 10. He's like, I've never hit the ball, I've never done it, and he just touches it with his fingers, and he's just like, I can actually do this. And then it'll lead more power into the ace, like, senpai thing, because he's like, you know that power and the feeling of the ball? And someone's like, you've only done that once. And he's just like, yes, I know, but it's amazing.
Yeah.
But he can hit the ball, and it's just like...
But then you wouldn't have the adorable thing with Kageyama having to hit it right to his hands and Hinata being like, I trust you so much I can close my eyes and inspect the ball.
That pissed me off so much. Oh.
How would you get slash fiction if you didn't have something like that, though?
It's true. You have to have just complete trust within like 3 chapters.
I know, it was just like, you don't close your eyes during a ball game.
It's Hinata, though. He's that...
I don't care who it is.
Character.
It shouldn't work that perfectly. Because... It shouldn't be that good.
No. Oh, I know.
Oh my god. I'm like, the more parallels that I'm thinking of. Guys, this is just Naruto, but with volleyball.
Yeah, now that you said that, I'm like...
It's all Naruto.
Sasuke is Kageyama.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Yes. Who's Sakura?
I don't know, I'm trying to think.
Who is worthless except for like one time?
And loves Kageyama.
Loves Kageyama
just so much. The other setter is... Well, no, the other setter doesn't whine.
Yeah.
Sakura does. Look, Sakura becomes useful, but she's not useful at the beginning, so I don't want anybody who's like all caught up being like, hey, wait a minute, Sakura's okay, because no, she started off useless.
She's not useful until like episode 50 of Shippuden.
You have to be like deep into Shippuden before you're like, oh, she knows how to do stuff now, this is crazy.
And then 20 episodes later, it's gone.
Oh, God.
Boo. But anyway, yeah, so let's not... Maybe we just haven't hit the part. Maybe we just haven't hit a Sakura. We have that one friend who's like in love with Suki.
That's true.
Yamaguchi.
Yeah, in the very last chapter, he was like, I'm not going to be the only first year that's benched the whole season because that would be really depressing. And I was like, oh, you poor thing.
That was another thing where like you just have another... Though I guess his wasn't as bad. Never mind. JK, I don't want to... Never mind.
What?
I was gonna say he's another character that gets brought in and then nothing is done with, but
I totally forgot there was a fourth first year.
Yeah.
I was like,
right?
Well,
when they said there were 4 first years, I was like, there's a 4th? What?
The dude with all the freckles, yeah.
My favorite is that there's supposed to be another 2 second and third years. Do you remember them? They were
no.
Shut up. Yeah. Do you not remember? They were there. There's the one guy with the Enoshita. He is randomly there sometimes. He was in the training the training comp. But yeah, he comes in.
The training comp.
It's he pops up. He pops up when they need somebody to talk about something to fill some space.
I totally forgot about him, and then his name popped up. I'm like, who's this guy? Where did he come from? And he disappeared again. So I was like, oh, he mustn't have been important.
And then he comes back again. Dude, the first match, they're like, this is the lineup. When it's the senior, It was that versus the adults and the kids. And they go, this is the lineup. And he's there, and you're like, who the fuck is this guy? I've never even seen him before.
I'll be honest though, I really like his character design because you don't really see freckles like that in manga very much. And then I was just like, oh wow, he looks really cool. And then I'm just like, oh, he's...
And then they waste him.
He's done.
You wasted a good character design.
Boo. I would probably, maybe, this is just an idea I just had right now. It could change. My thoughts could change. But I wonder if I would have almost enjoyed this manga better if it had not been about Hinata and Kageyama, but had been about all the senpais and them, them bringing it back, or just their history and stuff. I wonder if that's been interesting as a manga. I mean, it's fun watching them.
Having joining them 1 year in when they're let's make the crows fly again.
Yes.
And then you could have throughout the start of the manga, you could have had like this stuff with like, oh, what about these kids? And then they could have been at the game, being like, oh wow, and they come the next year, and that could be like chapter 70 or something.
We should have written this manga.
Yeah, what the heck? What were we doing?
I was just gonna say we should tweet the manga cut, but we're not gonna do that because that's mean.
Being like, yo, you messed up.
We're
gonna help you start over.
Watch MangaPod at youtube.com/HappiLeeErin and look how you should have done
mean.
Timestamp like 1 hour. That would be so mean. Yeah. That'd be super mean.
Don't do that, guys.
He doesn't have a Twitter.
That's okay.
That's probably for the best.
Okay. I hear that. I've heard from a lot of people that it does get better as it keeps going, but
it doesn't matter if it gets better. At the moment, it's not that great.
I know. I was just giving you information. I've been told. One of my favorite parts, to segue into another thing that we usually talk about when we're talking about manga, is the art. I loved the art a lot. Like, I thought it got better. It was kind of rough at first, but I think I liked it because it was very different from what we've usually seen.
Yeah. I
really liked how digital it felt. It felt very like, I don't know, like Photoshop-y digital, if that makes sense to anybody.
Yeah,
makes sense to me.
The faces made me so angry for the first 10 chapters or so. I was like, what is happening to this guy's face? They all looked like snake people because their faces were just like, ugh. I was like, what is happening? But it got so much better.
See, Okay.
I was just gonna say, I really liked the hands though. Like, even though the hands looked completely otherworldly, like the fingers were way too long and came to like points all the time, I really liked the look of the hands because the hands were so important in volleyball. I was like, it's okay. The hands look menacing. It's all right.
They're handy.
Yeah.
I like the art besides the faces. The faces to me just seem too round.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And they seem too ball-like, and they all seem too much the same.
They all were exact. It was like the same template for all of them.
Yeah. And they all just looked a bit too round. I know, like, Asian and Japanese people have more rounder faces, while Europeans have more, like, faces. Mm-hmm. They just seemed a bit too round, like balls. They seemed like ball faces. And they got really annoying, especially when there was a ball on the court. And I'm like, is that a person? No, wait, that's a ball.
It's just, the volleyball just has a face on it. You're like, is that
wait, now I'm confused. My favorites, I didn't like, you're saying like the close-up of the faces, but I really liked when Hinata was in the air, like those full panel.
Yeah.
That happened a lot, but every time I was like, this is something that I might enjoy having printed out and hung. Like, it just looked really cool. I thought all of that stuff looked really cool.
I will be honest, when they did like the big giant 2-panel things, I was like, wow, this is awesome.
Yeah.
But that was what surprised me too. Like in Zero, all of the art looked awful, and then the one time that it looked really good was that big panel shot of him about to jump. And I was like, whoa, the art just like jumped a million times, and then it just reverted back. And I was like,
it's like, wait, maybe they spent all of their time just on that.
Yeah, I was like, he was so capable of so much.
I'm gonna see if I can find that that one thing, and then I'll put it in the chat, a link to that full panel shot. But you guys can keep talking about the art. Anybody?
Do you have any other feelings on the art, Daza?
What about Kageyama's faces? Did you like Kageyama's faces?
Yeah, they were interesting, but overall, I thought the art was quite average. To be honest, it wasn't spectacular. It felt the level that Shonen Jump should be.
Okay.
What does that mean?
You know?
Yeah. No.
Well, like Shonen Jump has One Piece, which like looks quite nice. I'll be honest, it's very stylistically nice.
Oh, I love the art style of One Piece. I love it.
Then you've got like Nizukoi, which looks absolutely freaking beautiful. No matter what you say about the story, it looks fantastic every week.
There you go. I posted it in chat.
And then you've also got Kuroko no Basket, which looks fantastic as well.
It definitely got better. At first, it was...
Yeah, but every manga looked crappers.
Yeah, but no, the recent art in recent chapters is
And then you've got World
this
Trigger,
wasn't
which
even
looks
the page
fantastic.
I was thinking of.
Oh, really?
No, wait, let me see if I can find the page I was thinking of.
Sorry, Daza.
Then you've got like World Trigger, which looks absolutely fantastic as well. And you've got all these manga that look so good, and this kind of just fits into the whole kind of. It looks like Shonen Jump manga averageness.
Okay, I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, is it 13? Is it page 13? Is it this one?
No, it's when he hasn't even like left the ground yet.
Okay. I'm gonna see how many of these I can post wrong. How many different ones are wrong? How many can I do?
It's page 12. But like later, like in the actual manga, this exact
Oh, okay.
looks even better. But
Yeah.
at the time when I was reading this, I was like, whoa, that actually, like, the look of that is really, really cool. And then I was like, that's probably the best frame in the whole thing to me.
Yeah.
But,
I think the full panel shots are usually what look the best in it too.
Yeah.
I thought.
Mm.
Yeah. Let's see, what time is it? Does anyone know what time we actually started?
I think we started
About
at
an
8.
hour ago.
8? Okay, then we can give our final thoughts and ratings, and then we'll announce what we're reading. What? Yeah, what?
No, keep going. I'm trying to
Okay.
pick up my rating.
Okay, and then we'll give our, we'll tell you guys what we are reading next week, and then we'll shout out all of our fancy schmancy things, and then we'll bid you adieu. That's what will happen.
A doo-doo.
A bit a bit.
Ooba-dooba-doo.
A doo-doo. I was hoping.
Bid you a doo-doo.
I wanted you to make that joke. I was hoping somebody said doo-doo.
Yeah.
Dude.
We bid you a very pleasant bowel movement.
MangaPod.
MangaPod.
That's gonna be our
Giggity.
Christmas card next year.
We bid you a pleasant bowel movement. Just all of us, like, with photoshopped on Santa hats. Yeah. Just like...
And then it becomes a shirt and people are so confused. We have so many shirt ideas, you guys.
I know.
Guys, I told you, talk to Radio Arcade.
Should.
We got this.
Good.
I would give it a...
So Aaron gives it a cough out of 10.
Good.
That's how strongly I feel about this manga.
I'm gonna give it a yellow brick out of 10.
Perfect.
And I might give it a Coke bottle empty out of 10.
Understandable. What about that last, like,
Hey.
2% of it that's actually spit? Would you leave that in there?
Is that what you're...
Yeah, definitely.
Is Haikyuu just spit after...
No. Haikyuu
Just
is the
after?
Coke bottle and the spit at the
The
same
Coke
time.
bottle
Oh, okay.
with the spit at the bottom that somebody in the world thinks is still Coke. But it's not.
And they drink it and they're just like, ugh, puts it down.
That's what Haikyuu is to Daza. I don't think we need to give any further thoughts than that.
I don't think so either, really.
It's done.
I think that's it, yeah.
An empty Coke bottle with the after spit out of 10. Daza's rating. I give it a solid 7.
Yeah.
6.5 to a 7.
I was thinking
yeah.
a 6.5, yeah.
Yeah. Because I did enjoy it as a sports manga. It definitely wasn't the best one I had ever read, but I would probably go ahead and read more of it, just to see where the story progresses and what happens. But like, the characters aren't necessarily gripping anyway, except for one or two of the senpai. But
I'm just reading the chat for a little bit. I'm just confused.
Oh,
at
okay.
people.
Okay. But I would say that I am definitely... I just love sports manga enough that I would probably keep reading it. I would probably read more of it. And I think what I'm more excited about, though, is to watch the anime. I think I'm more excited about the anime than to necessarily keep reading the manga, if that makes sense. I don't know.
That makes sense.
But yeah, so I give it a 6.5 to a 7. Cough, cough.
I would give it a 6.5, I think. Because, yeah, I had fun reading it, but I wouldn't say that it was great. And for all of the reasons that we discussed already. And
Yoku, stop texting us.
Yes! We're doing the live manga pod.
You can see you in chat.
Yoku wants everybody to know that he gives it 7 beer bottles out of 10.
Yes.
So.
For the
bottles.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, go on. Sorry, Brooke.
I'm done. That's it. That's my feelings.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
I'm very much tossing up between a 5.5 and a 6. So I think I'll give it a 5.5.
Okay.
Because while I think it's quite average and the art kind of goes above average sometimes, it's not great and I didn't enjoy it all that much. And I will say something though, I did learn something while reading this. That I hate reading sports manga when I have to stop reading it, when I legitimately can't read more, because you get like into the middle of the game, you're just like, I'm invested in this game, but then I have to stop reading it. I feel so sorry for people in Japan that have to wait 10 weeks to read 10 chapters.
Yeah.
Oh my
Imagine that.
Imagine reading Kuroko week to week. It's like worse than watching it week to week. You're just like, I need more.
So I've learned that I don't like doing that. But 5.5, I think, sort of just, it gives it room to grow, but it's not a fantastic rating. That's the most I've actually given a manga so far.
I think so too.
Or was it 4 that I gave Watamote?
Wait, what did you give? Hang on, I can look really quick because we have a database.
We do have a database.
Thank you, System's Nominal.
Data.
Watamote, you gave Watamote a 6.5, but a 1.2 or 1 or 2 enjoyment rating.
Oh, Imadoke is what I gave.
I was gonna say Imadoke you gave a 4. Everybody,
Imadoke
is the lowest rated manga, so all of you should go read it.
Darn, Imatoki's so bad.
But yeah,
super dick.
5.5 done. Enjoyment was about a 3.
Okay, that's understandable. But yeah, sweet. So average, it's like a 6.5, or no, Daz's would bring us down to like a math 5.
Probably about a 5.7.
About a math 5. Yeah.
About a math 5.
Math 5.
Math 5s.
Manga 5. Yeah. So yes, Haikyuu. There you go. That is our discussion on Haikyuu. Next week we are reading. Okay, yeah, you guys can guess it. Sorry, it's been a long time since we've done this. I'm just gonna go hide.
See if you can guess it from the description Daz is about to read you.
Fantastically, the names are all in Japanese, so they won't know what it is, except the word is actually in there. Tsukino Usagi is a 14-year-old, and in her second year of middle school, she's a bit of a crybaby and a klutz. However, she can transform into the warrior of justice. An eternal classic that should be read by all. That's more of an opinion than a synopsis, but hey.
Done guessing. Who's gonna guess it first? Chat. Come on, chat. Come on, chat.
This is important right here.
Yeah.
There's also like a delay. No, let's not forget about that.
That's true.
Hang on. I'm just gonna hang out like this.
Just yeah.
Don't forget, she also fights evil by moonlight.
Winning love by daylight.
And
she never runs.
She's the one named.
We're all like berserk. It's not berserk. Yes, Dansumitsu gets it. Dansumitsu gets it.
I'm so happy we did that. Yes. Everybody now.
You got it, guys. I won't be here for the next one. I'll be in England, but I will join you on the one after that. So.
Yeah, but we have a lovely guest who's going to be joining us. He wasn't like prior to this. He wasn't going to be filling in for Dodger, but now he's going to be a special guest that is happening to fill in for Dodger.
Yeah, it just all works out. So.
Who is it? Dazza, do you want to announce? Do you want me to announce?
It's a Akara from Glass Reflection.
Yay! Yay! Should be really, really fun. I love that he wanted to come on for Sailor Moon. It's like my favorite thing.
I remember him saying, I gave him the schedule, and I was like, oh, so what one do you want to read? And he's like, the only one I own is Sailor Moon, so I'll go for that one. I'm like, okay.
Yes, that's
perfect.
So awesome. So yeah, everybody who read Sailor Moon before, now you finally get to see us discuss it.
I've forgotten everything. I've got to reread it all.
Yeah, we're reading less chapters than we did before, right?
Yeah.
Because holy shit, I was crying. There was so many chapters. We are reading. Do you have the? I can pull that.
Yeah, we're reading volumes 1 to 5, chapter 1 to 19.
Perfect. So that's much. We were reading like 1 through 50 before, and it was just we were silly. I tried to type in MangaPod, and I accidentally and like MangaPond and MangaPond 2.0 popped up.
Reddit.com/r/MangaPond.
Oh no, Yoku's
Join.
Join Reddit.com/MangaPond 2.0 spelled out point. Here, I'll be him in instead.
You guys should go to r/MangaPod, where it's the official thing and has got like a really nice layout made by me and some other nice people.
Yeah, beat you. I beat you. Yes, you should actually
Don't
join.
beat me. That's
You
not
should
nice.
join the real MangaPod subreddit, which is like what Dazza said, reddit.com/r/MangaPod. We also, all of our iTunes has been updated, BTW. If you would like to download those episodes, they are all on iTunes, except for episode 35, which was also known as the Rotten Baker Butt. Spoiler.
Rotten
We
Baker
bang
Butts.
butts.
That are rotten and it's disgusting. So yeah, you can go ahead and check out all of those. There is a link on the Reddit for you to go to those. Yeah, so to shout out the rest of our stuff, I am Erin of HappiLeeErin. I do reviews of anime and first impressions of stuff that comes out each season, and I also do Kuroko no Basket episode reviews almost every week. I'm going to be doing one this week as well. And then also all of the previous manga pods are available on my channel, and I also do a bunch of mental health awareness stuff. Hello! A bunch of mental health awareness stuff. my like headphones just like all up. You can find me as HappiLeeErin all across the board: Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook, My Anime List, Crunchyroll. I don't really use My Anime List anymore, but I do use Hummingbird a lot. So you can find me on all of those, where I talk about Kuroko no Basket and also about food. And otters. And otters, if you have otter gifts, you should totally send them to me, except for that one where there's an otter sticking its hand out of a window, because I think that is the cutest thing in the world, and I get jealous and everybody sends it to me, and I'm like crying because it'll never happen to me. But I do still like it. You can send it to me.
That's
anyway.
like when
It's awesome.
It's utterly amazing.
Yeah.
What
That's
were
like,
you gonna-
there's a picture that said, I didn't choose the mug life chose me, and had like a dude cleaning a bunch of mugs. And I got sent that picture I don't know how many times in like a 48-hour period. Everybody was like, oh my god! It must have like been posted on Imgur, and everybody was like, ah!
And you're just like, I love you all for sending this to me, but there's so many!
Thank you, I just want all those mugs. I am Dodger from youtube.com/pressHardToContinue, where I do gaming stuff, and youtube.com/dexterity bonus, where I do daily vlogs and talk to my cats and drink coffee and etc, etc, etc. And we have a lot of fun at those channels, so you should totally come hang out. And I am Dexbonus, DEXBONUS, on pretty much every social media-y thing. On Twitter, I finally got access to my Tumblr again. Oh, thank God. So I got Tumblr.
What did you do?
And I tried every possible password that I use, and none of them were letting me in. And I would go to have them send me an email to change the password, and the email just wouldn't show up. And so it was like, if you're not getting our email, please contact us through this link. And I would click the link, and a pop-up would come up, and then my browser would crash every time. I was like, what is happening? This is like, nobody wants me in my Tumblr again. But I was able to get in there, so I'm back on Tumblr. Oh no, is everybody frozen? Everyone's froze. Okay. Everybody's froze. Do you guys still have me? Yeah, we're still live. Well, that went good, I thought. So, hey everybody. How's it going? Wouldn't it be great if this is the way that literally all of them ended? Hi, Erin.
Hi.
We're still streaming.
What happened? Did I just disappear?
No, the call like crashed on us, Oh, okay. I think
I
Daz
can't see your faces, but I can hear your pretty voices.
Okay, everybody's coming back. All right, let's see if we can turn the cameras back on. Okay, there's me.
I'm up. Am I? Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, we're so close.
Okay, all right. Good. Yes.
Oh, there's me freezing on the stream. I'm watching
Yep,
it.
there it's happening right now.
Oh.
There it goes.
Guys lost sound, and I was just like, "What's going on? It's happening! It's happening!" It's just like gone. Okay.
No, this was killing me because this is like our co-optional podcast. Like all of a sudden, like all of our faces just died, and like the screen was blinking, and people were having seizures. It was bad. But I was like, if this is the way that this one ends too, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Erin, can you turn your camera back on or no?
Am I not on?
No.
No.
Oh, what the butts? I mean, Levi is staring so sultry over my name. I don't know why you need me
Oh my
back.
gosh, I really am cursed, am I? That's how you find me. Okay, Dazza, it's your turn.
Aww.
I am the Dr. Dazzle from Flying for Nippon, which you can find at www.youtube.com/flyingfornippon, where I do anime type videos, which are like anime news and anime type videos. Yeah. You can also find me on www.youtube.com/thedrdazzle, where I do other videos. Yeah. You can also find me on Twitter at twitter.com/drdazzle, where I tweet about crap a lot.
Yay! If you would like to follow our fourth host, Mr.
Okurama, Professor Okurama.
There you go. That's his Pokemon name, Professor Okurama.
I got you your Halloween costume, Yoku. Free of charge.
You're welcome.
Hi, sweet.
Welcome, dude. Dazza, do you want to do his?
Hey guys, Yokurama here.
Yokurama.
You can find me on Yokurama Game Talk,
What just happened?
don't talk about games.
Wait, what's going on?
Nothing, keep going.
What did you do?
Nothing
You
happened,
can
we're
also
fine.
find me on Yokurama News, where I do first impressions of video games, and I sound Italian. I'm Mario now. This is what happens when you're not here, yo. This is what happens.
This is what you force us to become.
You can also find me on twitter.com/Yokurama Talks. So bad.
It's just so accurate, is all.
But it's so pretty.
And I'm also drunk. Hey.
It's probably true.
Hey!
Hey!
Yay!
I would also like to thank everybody for dealing with the lag. I know that I've noticed that the stream has been pretty laggy this whole time, but we made it happen. It happened. So,
Thank
I'm
goodness.
sorry.
Yeah, we appreciate you all for being so patient and hanging around while we were trying to get all of our technical difficulties figured out, and for you guys to like hang around while it's super laggy and stuff. We appreciate your support. We just appreciate your support so much in general all the time anyways. And so
I'm reading chat. It's just because it's delayed. It's so funny.
I just had it pop up where your like name, like your folder came up.
Yeah. I was trying to click on the browser so that I could see the Twitch, but I accidentally clicked on Windows Media Player and it was like, huh? No, stop.
Like,
gosh, dang it.
Yes, we appreciate you guys so much. And if you was your first time joining us for a MangaPod tonight, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. And we're so sorry.
Our first MangaPod of the year.
Oh, yeah! First MangaPod 2013. If you missed
Season 2, guys. Season 2.
Holla.
It's exactly the same as Season 1.
Expect nothing more.
Except we don't know if Yokurama's alive or dead. That comes episode 2.
You should actually expect less. Yes, thank you all so much for joining us. We will be here same time, same place next week. Twitch.tv, hopefully same. You know what? Actually, hopefully earlier. Hopefully on time. Not same time as this week. Hopefully on time.
Yeah,
At 7:30 p.m.
time.
p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we'll be reading Sailor Moon chapters 1 through 19 with special guest, I almost called him
Akata.
Trippin'. I almost called him Trippin'.
Trippin'?
We'll be here next week. Okay, bye. Wait, Audrey,